Good afternoon mga katribo. Welcome to Straight Talk, where we tackle key issues that matter to every Filipino. I'm Chito Lozada.
And I'm Teddy Montelibano. We are live on Daily Tribune's Facebook, Tribune Now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok.
So today we talk about clean air, indoor health, and how technology is transforming the way we experience comfort and safety in our homes and
Public spaces.
public spaces.
Joining us is a tech entrepreneur, a very young one and very dynamic.
Indeed.
Yeah. And he's an advocate for air quality innovation. He is the director of marketing for Techglobal Incorporated, and he also serves as the president of your own company, no? Luftonic Philippines.
So please welcome Mr. Aldrin Derrick Chua. Good afternoon, Aldrin. Thank you for
Thank you for
being
being,
with us.
thank you for your time.
Thank you for having us. Very generous words.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean it's not often that you see. I mean, it's heartening to see young people as young as you, very serious about entrepreneurship and doing your bit for nation building, I suppose.
Yes, exactly.
They are coming younger by the
Can you give us a little background about your company? First of all, Techglobal, no?
Okay.
Techglobal.
All right. We'll start with our family business. Our family business is Techglobal. So our company started in 1974,
Wow.
and we were the worst ones.
74.
Yeah, we were before doing hardware distribution. We would sell to hardware stores all over the country.
Okay.
But it's on the 1990s that we focus on piping systems.
1990s.
1995, to be specific. We were the first one to bring in PPR pipes in the country.
What is PPR?
PPR stands for polypropylene random copolymer.
Okay.
So it's the latest in piping innovation that time. It's a better alternative to galvanized iron. It's a better alternative to blue PVC pipe. Once you put it, you'll never have a problem in your water line system. And this is placed at a higher degree of standard because this is where you take a shower, where you wash your hands.
Yes.
So clean and potable water is very important. That's why we brought in PPR pipes during the 1990s. And now it's commonly used already in all buildings, residential, all these projects. And our most recent innovation, just during the pandemic, is to introduce a new kind of PPR that is antimicrobial. So it destroys viruses and bacteria.
How did you do that?
What we did is Vesmo partnered with this British company called BioCoat. So all the BioCoat.
BioCoat.
BioCoat. It's a British company.
Okay.
So the pipe will now have a film inside.
Okay.
And this film is able to
see.
destroy viruses and bacteria.
Okay.
So the water is extra clean and extra potable. So all the owners appreciate that, especially the water that they use is for their shower, for their faucet. And this water quality affects your skin, affects your daily lives, right? So we do this to make each and every Filipino house much, much better.
And also for health, no?
Yes, exactly. So it's our part of our new normal design to make the piping system pandemic proof.
This is expensive.
No, it's affordable. Fairly affordable because how we make it cost effective for us, for each Filipino buyer, is we develop certain economies of scale.
Okay.
Unlike our other competitors, we bring in almost 100 containers per year of pipes so that we can bring down the cost and pass the savings to our consumers,
I see,
developers,
I see,
contractors, and make it much more easier for everyone's pockets.
Where do you distribute this? What are the distribution outlets?
We distribute it nationwide.
Nationwide,
We have partner wholesalers in the provincial areas. We have partner Home Depots like Wilcon, MZ Home, Ace, All Home, etc., and the boutique ones. So our products are accessible nationwide.
Do you also work with contractors, with people in the building industry?
We work mostly with developers, architects, especially developers, because it's the developers, they really understand what's in it for their building. So they will use the best products for their buildings. And that's part of our advocacy. Our philosophy is to bring in new piping innovation, first world piping innovation, to make to make our piping system at par or better than first world countries.
Okay.
That's why we introduce them to developers, and they see the benefits. Like this pipe that I was saying, the water line pipe. Oh, their whole building becomes antimicrobial for their water line. And
When did you start? When did you start having that?
during the pandemic,
Your
during
PPR with the antimicrobial
2020,
Film.
component.
2020.
And
So
Yes, so
immediately,
fairly recently.
during the pandemic, we immediately launched it.
Fantastic.
And we gave it to all emergency quarantine facilities in the country.
Oh, that's great.
To decongest the
For free?
for free, for free. We were piping our part, so we gave it for free. We gave it for free, so we never charge anything for our piping system for all the emergency quarantine facilities created
In the country or Metro Manila only?
in the country. The country.
Okay.
So it's we actually some newspaper outlets even published about it. We quantified it and we gave it all to these quarantine facilities to decongest the hospitals. And imagine it's German-made antimicrobial pipes.
you did a good thing then.
So at least we were doing our part. At least we were doing our part for the country, for the economy, and at least because that's what we do. We bring in better products, better piping innovation, and of course, create more jobs so that it has a trickle-down effect, so that we can do also our part in helping the country, helping the economy. Unlike others bring in cheaper products, substandard, so it destroys. The buildings are becoming nicer, but the products inside are not. That's the problem.
Okay, that's great. That's great to know. Huh? How many are you working in your company? Are you
how
the
many?
only one among the children?
Me and my dad.
You and your dad.
Your dad's still with the company.
Oh, yeah.
Great. Okay.
He's our boss.
And what is your you are the marketing director?
Yeah, I handle strategy, marketing, the other operations. Yeah.
And I guess it must also keep you busy around the country, you know?
Oh yeah.
Because you're you're developing network contacts.
It
and all
entails
that.
a lot of out of the country and local trips out of the country to
Find out what's the
what's
latest
new,
trend. Yeah,
latest innovation in terms of piping, and of course our new company, steel doors and steel doors and door hardware.
Okay.
So at least we try to pioneer these innovations to make each and every Filipino home better.
That's great.
yeah.
Where do you mostly get your products?
Oh,
From what supplier?
When we started in the 1990s, all from Germany, Europe.
Germany.
But of course now it's Chinese. There's so much Chinese players in the market. Now we have to introduce mid-market brands. So we have a mid-market brand.
Yeah. Okay.
But of course it's better than the typical Chinese alternative. So and we have, as I said earlier, we have economies of scale. That's why we're able to pass the savings to the developers and architects. So that brings the cost and makes it affordable for every Filipino buyer.
So that should be emphasized now.
Yeah.
And when you order, you do bulk orders.
Oh, we order
so-
by the containers.
Containers.
So
Yeah,
economies of scale.
Yeah.
economies
So that's what we do, because we want to make these innovations accessible to everyone. So we have to bring the cost first.
Yes.
And to bring down the cost, you have to bring in bulk. So to bring down the cost, and it makes it affordable, and we make it accessible by partnering with our partner Home Depots, wholesalers. So at least we're doing our part and upgrading the building materials of the country. Yeah, that's why as a president also of we have a group called United Suppliers
United Suppliers
of the Philippines.
Is that nationwide?
It's a
Is that a
nationwide group.
organization?
And you're the president
Yeah.
of that group.
So we try to lobby always better building materials.
Wait, are you the current president?
Yes.
When did you start?
Well, it was founded by my father. Boysen also was there. They were the founders. So there were three founders. So what we do is we bring in industry leaders from different materials, so that there's no conflict.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So that's part of the group, and part of the advocacy of the group is to bring in better building materials and introduce them, of course, to architects, contractors, engineers.
Particularly.
When was it founded?
Oh, very long time ago, probably early 2000s.
United Suppliers.
Yeah, it was founded by with my dad together with Boysen.
I see. Okay. So
Samsung.
now, how many members do you have?
Now we have around almost 15 suppliers from different industries. Yeah, so very formidable. So we bring in formidable players per building material. So it has to be a market leader before you're accepted to the group.
Yeah.
I wanted to
Great.
ask you about the. Can we ask you about the infrastructure build-up of the government?
Oh,
How is it going now? Is it there? Has it slowed down or
well, I
is it
think,
going still going great?
well, of course, there was a lot of infrastructure development beforehand, and I think this current admin is continuing that, especially with a lot of flood control works. So we see there's a lot of flood control to make to remedy the, especially now that it's typhoon season, to remedy the floods in the country, and we can see that with, especially for us, with the uptick of our, we have pipes that help in flood control.
Oh, yeah.
This-
These are big pipes.
Yeah, massive. This is meant to
Massive
replace the
pipe.
concrete pipe. You know, the concrete
Yes,
pipe
yes,
that
yeah,
keeps
yeah.
breaking. That's why people keep digging and changing the pipes.
So what's your product?
Ours is
To replace that?
what we call it is a corrugated high density polyethylene,
Poly-
HDPE.
HDPE.
So HDPE is a high density polyethylene.
But it's corrugated.
It's corrugated, so it's like ribs.
Ribs.
So why there's ribs is to make it load bearing. So even though they're heavy trucks or heavy cars, the pipe will never break.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are trying to use it in main thoroughfares, let's say, or in main roads to make it flood proof.
When did you start doing that? I mean, when did you start supplying that?
We started the these flood control pipes during the pandemic also, maybe 2021.
2020. So a lot of, so you're particularly busy during the pandemic period.
Yeah, especially with our other company, the
Which is?
Luftonic.
Oh,
Luftonic.
yeah, okay.
Luftonic was
Is that
particular.
yours?
Yeah,
Were you-
that's,
were you- were you
I
the
was the one who founded it
Found it.
back in 2020 also. So that was the peak of our company during the pandemic for
I can
Luftonic.
remember, in 2020,
that's-
when Manila closed down, there was the pandemic. Then Manila closed.
Yes,
That's
yes.
the.
I had a architect friend who was supplying these air cleaners. I've
Oh.
never bothered with that.
Yes, yes.
His name is Boy Benadas. I don't know if you know him.
Oh, what brand? A different brand.
That's why I'm trying to remember.
also provide
because, because it
Those
stopped.
air cleaners, no?
It was
Yeah,
so
we do
cumbersome
air
at the
purifiers
time.
Air
also.
purifiers.
The one that they bought was a little cumbersome. Parang madaming parts,
pero-
filter, madami. But what did you, what
Well,
Luftonic
during the
anyway?
pandemic, I think it was a product of boredom, I guess, because I'm not used to, I was.
Did your company stop?
Well, we still continued, but of course, during, let's say,
It slowed
2020,
down, no?
it slowed down. Everything was so
Yeah,
slow.
yung
Sales,
lockdown,
lockdown projects were slow. Everything was so slow.
Yeah.
So, and at that time, I was also starting my MBA, but that time it was also slow because everything was at lockdown. So I guess I was trained to always be productive, always to do hard work. So I guess that stimulated my mind. And when I saw, for example, I was in my room all the time. Of course, during the pandemic, you were stuck in your room.
right.
I noticed I had nothing against COVID. So what can protect?
What do you mean nothing against COVID?
I have no
Protection.
against
You
COVID
had no protection.
because there was no vaccine also at that time.
Yeah.
And then I researched air purifiers that can destroy viruses. So there was nothing available in the country. All
There were
the
no
purif-
air cleaners at the time.
there are air purifiers, but these are
Air
all for
purifiers.
bacteria. All for
not
bacteria,
for the
these purifiers,
virus.
not for viruses.
For viruses.
Because you have to understand, if you want a purifier for viruses, it has to be much, much stronger, much more heavy duty. And these are called ULPA filters because the current ones in the market are
What filters are these?
ULPA, ULPA.
ULPA.
Because the current ones are HEPA. HEPA filters
HEPA.
can destroy bacteria, the standard ones. These are the traditional filters.
So
What
ULPA destroys
Oh,
viruses.
ULPA are much more stronger. ULPA stands for ultra fine particulate matters. It can
Okay.
destroy that. They have a rating for that. There's a table like MERS 18 or 19 or 20. So these are the ones that can destroy viruses like COVID. So I looked up online. Then I was able to vet around 5 or 6 foreign suppliers. Some are from Korea, some are from Europe. So I bought one of each to try it out for my room. Then I saw when I got some of the samples, I saw this one, the Luftonic. Oh,
Where's
when
it from?
This one is from the company's from Germany.
Germany.
Yeah, the company's from Germany.
Luftonic.
So when I saw this German air purifier, I said, It was the second most expensive from all the 6 purifiers I bought, but I knew this is what the country needed, a very powerful purifier. And I knew it could do well in the country, especially during pandemic.
Yeah.
These are human lives. That's why we had to bring something very powerful. So immediately I told the foreign supplier, I want to be your exclusive distributor. Then say, Aldrin, you need to order at least a container. One whole container.
How much is that?
Yeah, easily. Very expensive. Almost, I think one container is around 10 million, almost 10 million back then.
Okay.
10 million pesos.
Yeah.
So I said, I told my parents, so maybe I can borrow, then I'll pay you back. So when the first container got in, I immediately paid them back. Because when the first container arrived, I was surprised. Everything was pre-sold.
What?
Pre-sold.
Everything was what?
Pre-sold because I started selling already.
Pre-sold.
So I didn't expect that.
So
already.
how many
The
units?
orders
And
are
when
already
How
the-
many
there.
units per
One
container?
container is easily around 500 units per
So
container.
all of us were pre-sold.
Yeah,
already.
when I was surprised, I was
So no
thinking-
wonder you're a marketing director of your company.
I took reservations. Then
Aldrin, can we hold it a little because we
Very
will continue with
interesting,
it. Yeah,
huh?
very
My God.
interesting. So, but we have to take a commercial break.
You mean to say
This break is brought to you by Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Union Bank, it starts with you.
Usapang OFW is the show that honors the journeys of our modern-day heroes, our OFWs. Join Chingmi Fernandez, John Dodson, and Rafi Ayang every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. to hear the real stories behind the sacrifices. Watch it live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok.
Want to hear from thought leaders shaping our world? Straight Talk with Chito Lozada and Montelibano dives into leadership, politics, and business every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Catch conversation live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. Ready for the hot takes of today's biggest issues? Hot Patatas with Vernon Velasco and Carl Magadia delivers the news that matters. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. Tune in live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok, where the real talk happens.
We're back here in Straight Talk, and we're still with
very
Aldrin.
interesting,
here.
this Luftonic.
Yeah, Luftonic, and we're talking about the purifiers, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you didn't have problem with selling those because of the situation, I guess.
Yes.
It's like
So-
alcohol.
Maybe we can pick up from where
Everybody's looking for
exactly.
we can pick up from where we left off because that was a
Yeah.
very interesting discussion. It was interrupted by Alvin. No, only kidding. Yeah,
course
you were
you are.
talking. So you were talking about during the pandemic, you found out that not all of the available purifiers can cope with COVID,
Oh, yeah.
with viruses. So you made a research. But I'm just curious, during the COVID, how were you able to order?
Oh,
And how were they able to transport it here?
well,
To
during the
export it
pandemic, the logistics didn't stop. Logistics provider.
Tuloy-tuloy.
Tuloy-tuloy pa rin. But of course, it's harder.
It's
But of course,
harder,
it's still tuloy-tuloy. You know, this logistics is an essential service.
Yeah,
So I guess it never stopped. Then you'd be surprised. The Luftonic that we brought in, so heavy.
How long did it come? From you ordered, how long did it take?
Probably a month.
Ang
A
matagal
month.
din.
Matagal din. That's why
Okay.
our first container arrived, I think, end of April.
But
No, end of May. The first container arrived end of May.
The lockdown was March.
Yeah, March.
So in April you started to
Everybody's panicking.
Probably
then.
April. I started researching the first week of April. Then end of April, I got my samples.
Okay.
Then first week of May, I booked the container already. So end of May, I had a container.
Okay, that's
So,
great.
Probably 2 months from the pandemic.
Okay, but then you were saying that all of this, like a container that included about 500 units
Yes,
inside,
yes.
they were all pre-sold.
Yeah, pre-sold. You know, I was surprised also that time during the pandemic, the Viber groups.
So it was really a need.
Yeah.
There was really a need.
was
big demand
a
for it.
frantic
Yes,
need
exactly.
for
Demand for
that.
it.
So what happened was there's really a need for this kind of air purifiers.
Okay.
So when I brought in the first container, people would do sign up sheets, and they would when they did the sign up sheets. So when I did the sign up sheets, the doctors would just put their names, and some doctors would put 3 or 4, diba? So other doctors would see. Then the other doctors would say, "Oh, I also need to have one." So it created a list. So
So it means
everyone signed up,
So it
and I
became
got
much in demand. No?
yeah. Then
So during
the
that
rest
time-
is history. After that, the rest is history.
So during that time, so there were really not much available.
There's none.
You know, no, but I was able to get mine.
Oh yeah.
Also during the pandemic, I tried to find out. I
But
think
maybe
mine
those
is
are-
there are very few purifiers that are ultra
That's why,
purifiers.
yeah,
Those are
now
for
that you mentioned
bacteria.
that, now that you mentioned that, but I must have gotten it. I don't know with them. No, no, I'll check the. No, I'll check.
And
I
guess,
don't use it anymore.
It's a good supplement. I would say sometimes even better than vaccines because there are other variants that the vaccines don't work. This purifier will work against all viruses.
Well,
yeah.
well, I mean, at least if you're in your room.
Yes,
But anyway,
that's why.
when you're vaccinated,
But
you're mobile.
I got vaccinated, but I never. People were surprised. I never got COVID.
Never.
Never.
yeah.
I got vaccinated with what's that? What brand?
Of course, you never get COVID because you're vaccinated.
Yeah.
May I
yeah.
get-
But even if
You're
you were
surrounded
vaccinated,
by,
you have different variants.
But I never get I never get COVID because I was in Boracay.
Oh. So both of us never got COVID.
I was never.
Isolated.
But people ask me, Aldrin,
knock on wood,
what's the secret to not getting COVID? I tell them,
Don't
very
go near people.
well, yeah, that's one. But I tell them very simple. My secret to not getting COVID is the Luftonic air purifier.
Grabe na. Grabe na
true,
push.
And it's a secret that I tell everyone. Oh,
That's a good.
so
That's
it's
a
not
good marketing.
so it's not a
thing.
secret anymore.
You still have those purifiers
Baka
back
minus
home.
Yes. We have one for each room in our offices,
Ah.
and you can find it in leading restaurants. You can see it in a Manpulo. You can see it in Manila House, Wagyu Studio, Wolfgang, Chef Jesse. All the nice restaurants will have this very nice sticker
Even
fries.
Amanpulo,
Amano, you can see all of this.
Amanpulo, you don't need it because you're out there in the beach.
Yeah, exactly. So they have this. I don't know, but I guess they want their consumers to feel safe in their establishment, right? So we supplied so much restaurants, hospitals, houses,
So
offices.
St. Luke's and all of
Luke's.
the major hospitals.
Of course, LGUs. A lot of the LGUs bought from us also, city halls. So
So until now, you're still importing it.
yeah, until now, we created different variants. Now we created mounted ones for elevators. We were the first one to have elevator purifiers.
Fantastic.
Because the
But Luftonic
largest,
pa rin?
Luftonic pa rin. Because the largest concentration of COVID is in an elevator.
Correct. You're all
Everyone
crowded
goes-
in there. Eh?
Yeah, and everyone
Small.
goes there.
Yeah, right.
Everyone goes there. So you'll get contaminated.
And plus hospitals, of course.
Of course. And also, we created Luftonic Industrial for ducting systems in ventilation.
What do you mean by you created?
It's a
you-
subsidiary of Luftonic.
Okay. So you did some innovation.
Yeah,
Innovation.
So this one are for the ducting vent systems. So what we want is to create a working environment or residential environment. So the moment you enter the lobby, to the elevator, down to your workstation, everything has to be purified. It doesn't make sense that this area is purified and this one is not. Then you get contaminated in this area. So it will not make sense. So your whole journey, the moment you enter the building down to your home or your workstation has to be purified, or if not, it doesn't work.
The water you drink.
Also, of course, the water you drink
Oh.
has to be clean, right?
Has to be
So that's what we do. We provide clean water, clean air.
Galing, huh? Galing,
So
galing.
this kind of
So
innovations.
are you concentrated in Metro Manila or are you?
We operate nationwide and we deliver
But outside of
nationwide.
Metro Manila, where are you strongest?
Metro Manila.
Outside of Metro Manila.
Outside
where?
Metro Manila, where we strongest.
Hospitals.
No,
What
not area.
area?
Yeah,
Probably
good geographical.
we're strongest in Cebu, Davao.
Cebu, Davao.
Yeah. So outside Metro Manila.
Bacolod, Iloilo, Western Visayas.
Bacolod, Iloilo. Bacolod, Iloilo, we're also good. I was just in Bacolod a couple of days ago.
Where? Where'd you go?
Bacolod.
I mean, where in Bacolod?
I went to Bacolod City. My good friend was the one who took care of us, Raji.
Who?
Raji Karam.
Raji who?
Yeah, Karam.
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 Karam?
Yeah. They also own a media company there.
Pastida?
CRARA.
Yeah. Is he mystic? Spanish?
I don't know.
Yeah. The Karams that I know in Polo, they're Castilla.
The-
Is George Yulo using?
Oh, Architect George.
Is George?
yeah.
Is he a customer of your
Yes,
product?
yes. Architect George is one of the, I could say, popular architects in the country.
Yeah. Yeah.
And awarded, multi-awarded, especially in the WAF, the World Architectural Festival.
Correct. Yeah.
Got
And
so
very
much award.
quiet. Just very humble
Yeah,
person.
very humble guy. And
Yeah, and
award-winning
unique
works. Award-winning works.
Yeah.
So
You know each other?
yeah, we know each other.
Okay,
You
so
know, I know
maybe
Architect George.
I'll tell him I
You
met
mentioned architect. You mentioned tell Architect George.
Yeah,
I was
your name.
joking him. There's a massive SM being built beside Calax. It's called SMU Law.
Yeah,
I asked
SMU.
Architect George,
You
are you also part owner of that?
SMU doon.
The second lubang kasi.
Yeah.
Maybe he's
So that's one of
one
our
of the part owners.
yeah, I'm sure.
Jesus no.
That's one of our nice
We're
projects.
dating,
We supply a lot of these SM malls and SMDC condominiums. So I know that's
I don't know
massive.
I don't know why they put the name the Euro there. SM sana, SM Kanubang or SM whatever.
Maybe
But they put the
they-
family name. But anyway.
Aldrin, has there been any substantial effect on you, on your products, since you're the head of the United Suppliers Association? About these tariff problems that we are having,
Yes.
the imposition of
Are you
the
going to be
US tariff.
affected?
Well, what we know is currently there's a moratorium.
Not for long, not for long.
Yeah, not for long. But I guess
I think in July it would hit.
probably.
Yeah.
But I guess it will work better for our country because among the other countries we have the lower tariff rates,
You were the second lowest
second lowest
after Singapore.
after Singapore. So it's still a better position because our rates are lower.
And they're still negotiating.
Yes,
It
yes,
seems like that the United States is fond of us.
yes, exactly.
But they like us.
And I guess that's nice because
Yeah,
what we
because-
see,
I
what our
understand
group
that.
sees is with lower, with
administration.
even though there's what our group can see is even though there are tariffs and our rates will increase, but we are the second lowest. So there will be more.
17%.
There will be more business coming in the country, so that's better. So that's
Especially
better off
with
than the
businesses
neighbors.
from other Asian
Yes,
countries.
Yes.
more business and more investment.
Because ASEAN countries were hit hard there.
Exactly.
Especially Vietnam.
Oh,
Grabe.
very difficult. Very
Yeah.
difficult.
So I would imagine that Vietnam is hosting a lot of businesses, di ba?
Yes,
So
yes.
now I think they're going to. There's a possibility they might locate here because if they operate in Vietnam, pag import nila, pag export nila, 47%.
Oh, patay.
Dito 17 lang.
Yeah, kaya doesn't make sense for other countries, di ba?
Yes, yeah.
So it will work better for us, di ba? Business will be better, of course, demand will be better. So we see that the Philippines, our group sees that the Philippines is in a very nice spot moving forward, if ever it hits, because we're the second lowest, as you said also.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
So
only
it's
thing that
better
drags us
than-
down is politics.
Let's
the
not
worst.
talk about that.
That's all about, yeah. Yeah. But that's why, yeah. But,
but-
but in spite of in spite of our lousy politics, but business is going
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Di ba?
Oh,
The
yeah.
economy.
Why is it?
In fact, World Bank and all those are wondering, wow, the Philippines is getting.
Yeah.
It's just we're hit hard by inflation, but
Yes, yes.
but we have very good economic managers, I think.
Yes, yes. Our country has good economic managers, and of course, that's part of the Filipino spirit to be resilient.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess the country is doing well because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course,
And because we have a young,
Oo nga.
we have young,
Young
yeah, we have young
population.
population,
Yeah.
di ba?
and of course because of the Daily Tribune for helping us.
Oh, well, thank
We
you
do our
for
best.
that.
I mean,
Oh, that's why we are very appreciative of having us, and of course sharing our innovation to the country and how it can help better the lives of everyone here.
So you keep on innovating your products and services that you offer.
Yes, yes, we keep on
So,
introducing it, innovating
In
for
the-
pipes, door hardware.
other than what you've mentioned, the pipes and your
Purifier.
pipes and hardware.
Door
And,
hardware.
the
Air
door.
purifier.
Are there other? Do you have other products that you carry as well?
Yeah.
Well, we're also other businesses is we're doing a real estate development in Manila.
Where? Where is
It'll
it?
be behind near Araceros Park.
Where?
Araceros Park
It's in Manila, no?
in Manila. It's called River Park Manila.
Oh,
So
I heard about
The
that.
River Park
Heard about
area.
that.
so it
So
will be
you're developing it under what name? Under what company?
it's called River Park also. River Park
So you
Development.
put up a separate company for that?
A separate company. So, what's the nice thing about this is it's we will not affect the park, of course, and this building will have the biggest green space in the metro.
Really?
Imagine you're beside the park. It's like Central Park. You can never find a building, a condominium like that you have that massive green space.
How massive?
Because the
Maybe
whole
you
park.
should invite us one time to the site.
Of course. When
I'd like
we
to see- I'd like to
do
hear
our
it.
launching, we will definitely invite you guys.
When are you
The
going to
more the
launch?
better.
When will you
fair
launch?
to-
Probably
See,
by this year, we will also launch who our hotel. There will be a hotel component. So who the hotel operator will
Is
be.
it going to be locally?
It's a
homegrown?
foreign hotel operator.
Foreign. Have you been to New Star?
I've been to New Star. Oh, very nice development.
That's hindi ba? That's they just developed that.
New Star is a homegrown brand of
homegrown.
Robinson.
So your hotel is going to be homegrown also.
Well, the hotel is a foreign brand because we're different from Robinson. Robinson is a massive developer,
Massive.
Right.
and
So it's good.
they're doing so well. I was in New Star a couple of weeks ago. They have the
In
nicest.
the new one, the new hotel.
Yeah,
The new one already,
the
Open
New
na.
Star Hotel,
that feel
Philly.
feel is also good.
Philly's, both, all of them are nice. They're also doing the Grand Summit there. So there will be 3 hotels. The team behind New Star is very impressive. Of
Oh,
course,
very
the engineers
impressive.
heading it, all of them are very impressive. And of course, the people leading it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, I regret to say, but we have to wrap up.
Oh my goodness. Come on. So I'm excited
Maybe we
about also
can-
to see that river.
We
that
can
river,
schedule a
Riverside.
second
River
part
Park.
to this.
River Park.
And of
Riverside.
course, there are
Riverside
other-
is in Bacolod.
Yeah, and our other
There's a
company.
River Park in Bacolod.
No, Riverside is the hospital.
Riverside.
Yes,
Did
yes.
you go to? Are you supplying Riverside?
Riverside Hospital.
Yeah.
Oh, not yet. Maybe you can refer us.
Sure. Why not? Why did you go to Bacolod? What for?
I attended the golf tournament of Cebulan Master. Also a very nice developer.
Cebulan Master, yes. Oh.
This development, Cebulan Master, they're the biggest
Yeah, they're
in
the
this
biggest,
mill.
yeah.
Yes. And of
Yeah,
course, the lead
the
one leading is
Visayas League.
Mr. Joe, Mr. Frank was done a good job with CLI. That's why they are the leading developer in Biswin.
So
And they're
you-
opening the first Sofitel in Biswin.
Oh, that's
Sofitel.
great.
Yeah.
So you're working with them also?
Yeah, we're working with them.
That's good, that's
they,
good.
they were the ones who are giving us our break in Biswin.
That's
Oh,
great. That's
that's
great.
great.
Okay.
They're a very good,
So,
very good developer.
So, are
So,
you?
Alvin,
Did
we
you?
So
need
that's,
to get your parting
so that's-
words.
Where did you play golf? Manapara?
I play
Or
golf in
Bacolod?
Midlands. I played
No, in
in
Bacolod.
Negros. I played in the Negros golf.
Manapara or Bacolod Golf?
It's called Negros something golf. club.
Benitin. Yeah. Well,
The-
Benitin.
I think so.
More
It's near Citadines there in Bacolod.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's where we played.
Okay,
So
great.
yeah, so that's what we do. We're supplying them the pipes, and other developers, we supply them the IT infrastructure because that's our other company, IMC,
So-
International Machine Corporation.
Okay.
So,
Well, there's so much to
Aldrin-
talk about. Maybe
Yes,
we'll-
yes.
may-
Maybe that's for
we'll-
next.
That's for next. Correct.
We will.
But at this point in time, it's parting words.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, what
Can
can you say?
you-
Can you tell us
The audience about the company and what are in
our-
store for them.
Yes.
Oh well, first off, I'd like to thank, of course, you guys
It's a
for
pleasure.
having us and for inviting us here and sharing our story and sharing how we can contribute more to the country
Yes.
and giving us the platform to do so. And of course, everyone who's viewing this also, hopefully you can also get to try our products, our latest in piping innovation, in door hardware innovation, in IT innovation, and rest assured, we will deliver the best in quality, the best in materials, and the best in technology, so that each and every Filipino home can be much, much better. So, thank you again for having me, and hopefully we can do much, much more moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Pleasure
they
also.
can
for you to come out to Makati all the way from New Manila.
Yeah, from New Manila.
Oh, in a rainy
Thank you
day.
for your time.
That's why all of us are
Rainy
in
day,
jackets.
Yeah, right. So that's
Very
Yeah.
interesting. Huh? So we should have a second part.
yeah. But for now, that's
Maybe
all the
when
time we have.
when River Park comes
today's
out.
episode.
Yes.
Mga ka-tribu. So, thank you, Mr. Aldrin,
Mr. Chua.
Mr. Chua, and everyone who listened to this, who tuned in as we explored new technology in improving air quality and protecting Filipino lives.
And from advanced filtration systems to the growing importance of indoor air safety, we hope today's discussion with Techglobal and Luftonic Philippines Aldrin Derrick Chua opened our eyes to the future of healthy living spaces.
And thank you to all of you for joining us. If you missed any part of this episode, catch the replay on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube.
And be sure to catch Hot Patatas later at 3 p.m. with hosts Carl Magadia and Vernon Velasco.
And don't forget to stay updated with the latest news on Tribune News on Q every 9:30 a.m., 1 p.m., and 4:30 p.m.
We'll see you again next time for another episode of Straight Talk. This has been Teddy Montelibano.
And I'm Chito Lozada. Stay safe, stay informed, and let's keep the power of change in our lives, in our hands. Have a great day ahead.
Isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Nandito po uli ang inyong lingkod. Ako po si Manong Joe para sagutin ang inyong mga katanungan. May tanong si netizen Menandro Rodriguez tungkol sa rates ng Meralco ngayong buwan ng Mayo. Hindi ba usually tumataas ang rate kapag summer? Bakit ngayon bumaba? Anya? Kapag dry season na pumapatak sa mga buwan ng Marso hanggang Mayo, malaki ang posibilidad na tumaas ang bill dahil sa seasonality of consumption. Pero ngayong buwan ng Mayo, bumaba ng halos 75 centavos per kilowatt hour ang singil sa kuryente. Ibig sabihin, ang pamilyang kumukonsumo ng 200 kilowatt hours kada buwan hanggang 500 kilowatt hours kada buwan ay makakatipid ng mula 150 hanggang 375 pesos sa kanilang bill. Dalawa ang dahilan ng bawas singil ngayong buwan. Una, dahil sa mas mababang generation charge dahil sa bawas singil mula sa Wholesale Electricity Spot Market o WESM at Independent Power Producers. Pangalawa, bumaba rin ang transmission charge na binabayad sa National Grid Corporation dahil naman sa decrease sa ancillary charges. Sana ay naliwanagan kayo sa explanation na ito kung bakit bumaba ang singil sa kuryente ngayong Mayo. Para sa iba pang katanungan, Ask Manong Joe lang hanggang sa muli.